Hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. How are you today, Junior 3? I hope all of you are right. And then don't forget to see this video on our school, channel, Edu Class. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and then watch all the video learning from me or from another teachers. Don't forget Edu Class. Yeah, with the dolphin logo. Okay, Junior 3, I'll start. But before that, are you ready? Okay, let's start. Okay, first of all, say hello first. What we are going to study today, absolutely, we are going to study about uh, vocabulary for our lesson, countable and uncountable. I think this is a very common or familiar word for you, right? Countable and uncountable. Actually, the basic word of countable and uncountable, both of them from count, from the word count. But the one is positive and then another is negative. Okay, from the word count, count we can say or we can translate, the meaning is dapat dihitung. And then if we put an in the front, become negative, so become tidak dapat dihitung. So we are going to study about countable, dapat dihitung, and then uncountable, tidak dapat dihitung. Okay, first of all, the definition first of the of countable and uncountable itself, right? Okay, first of all, nouns. Countable and uncountable relate with nouns. Okay, nouns can be countable or uncountable. Countable nouns can be count. So you know, right? Countable means that you can count it like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Yeah. For example, an apple. If only one, we can say an apple. Use a or an, or we can say use the article and then two apples. Don't forget, if more than one in English or in a grammatically, we put s at the end. 3 apples and then etc. Meanwhile, uncountable nouns cannot be counted. For example, air, rice, water, etc. Okay, usually nouns that cannot be counted, it's like the small particles, liquid, or something that you cannot touch, abstract things. Okay, and then remember, when you learn a new noun, you should check if it is countable or uncountable. And note how it is used in a sentence. Okay, that's why we learn how to differentiate them. Okay, we need to check first, countable or uncountable. Next, the first of all the first one or the first of all, we are going to talk about countable. Remember, countable dapat dihitung. For example, apple, glass, cup, bicycle, robot. Okay. When you are going to make positive sentence and then it is singular, or we can say only one, yeah, or some of plurals. If singular, we can use a or an. Remember, depends of the first letter. Usually, if the first letter like A, I, E, U, A, O, we put an, and then the rest a. But don't forget the way you pronounce it, like H-O-U-R. In front of you use an. Why? Because this is mute H when we say it or when we pronounce it. Okay, the example for positive sentence. There's a man at the door. If singular, we put article O or an. And then if some plurals, I have some friends in New York. Yeah, we can put some, right? And then for the negative, same. If the quantity only one, we still can use a or an, the article. For example, I don't have a duck. And then for the plural, the negative, we can use any. There aren't any seats. Okay, and then how about singular and plural for countable? Countable nouns can be singular or plural. They can be used with a or an and with numbers. Yeah, for example, if more than one, I have two apples. But if you don't want to put numbers, we can change like we can use some, several, yeah, and any other determiners, right? Like these, a few, several for the countable. We have the example, she's got two sisters. In here, explain the nouns by using number and a younger brother. In another one, use determiners or use article, yeah, for the countable one. Most people buy things like camera and MP3 player online these days. In here, use determiners. These shoes look old now. This also use determiners. And then I'll take a few magazines with me for the flight. This is also use determiners for countable. Next, now we go to the uncountable. Here are some of the example. Bread, rice, coffee, information, money, advice, luggage, furniture. All of them are uncountable. Still same for the negative. Yeah, or for the question, we can use any or how much. Because we cannot count it, so we cannot put numbers like is there a sugar or is there or are there two sugars? Impossible, yeah, use number for uncountable. So for the question, we can use any or how much, right? Is there any sugar? How much orange juice is there? And then if we want to offering something or asking for something, we normally use some. Do you want some chocolate? For the uncountable, remember. Yeah, use some. And then also we can use another expression of quantity, a lot of. There's a lot of snow on the road. Remember, snow over there is uncountable. And then notice that we don't usually use many or much in positive sentence. Don't usually use. It doesn't mean that you cannot use it. You can use it, but not very common. We usually much and many for the question. So what we are going to use, Miss, for the positive, we can change it by using a lot of. Yeah, they have a lot of money. It's common rather than they have much money. Much usually we put for the question. Not we cannot use it, but don't usually. Okay. However, in negative sentence, we use not many with countable nouns and not much with uncountable. Yeah, so for the negative one, if this is countable, we can use many. If uncountable, we can use much. For example, there are a lot of carrots. Yeah, if there are a lot of carrots, but there are many potatoes for the negatives. There is lots of juice, but there isn't much water. Okay. Okay. Based on the explanation before, we try to figure out, yeah, these things countable and uncountable. Okay, can you count the following? Answer yes if you can count it, and then answer no if you cannot count it. For example, yeah, number one, plate. Yes, of course you can count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Spoon? Oh, sorry. How about spoon? Yes, of course you can count it. Pepper. Yeah, this is a small particle, yeah, the pepper. Yeah, you cannot count it. So no. So I need you to figure out number 1 until 20, whether they are countable or uncountable. I'll check your answer during the Zoom, right? Okay, or I'll just do this one first. Oil. What do you think? Blood. You need you need to think of the things like oil. Oil. Okay, the appearance of oil liquid. Can I count oil like 1, 2, 3? Like that? Oh, I have heard a liter of oil. This is count by numbers? No, that is a volume. Is it same? No, of course different. Right? Because there's media. For example, I can count it a bottle of oil. You do not count the oil, but you count the bottle, right? Which the oil fill inside the bottle. So it's not blood, gasoline, stamp, toothpaste, powder, joy, and so on. Okay, after you have done to differentiate, or you can think of yes or no for number 1 and 20. Okay, I gave you two options. For example, Liverpool has great nightclub. Remember, notice if positive, we usually use a lot of or many, right? Number 2 also, they are some or a little expensive new flats. Which one? We want to count expensive, new flats, next, or the river. Which one is the noun? And then this is negative. There aren't car. Of course, car can count or not. You can count it or not. So use much or many, and so on. And then below story, yeah, the story you just choose, yeah, right. Number 1 until 10. Mother bought a bunch of grape or grapes with S or without S. What do you think? Okay, try first. Yeah, you try first to answer this one. You think of that you can count it or not. Next, choose from the option, and then we will discuss together later during Zoom. Okay, student, happy learning. Don't forget to do the exercise about countable and uncountable. See you again.